What up, dude? And welcome to Free for All Friday right here on Detroit Lives of the Proud, your home for Detroit Lives news and rumors, man. Today, it's just me and the Queen hanging out. Somebody might pop in, they may not, but we got you covered right here on Detroit Lives of the Proud, your home for Detroit Lives news and rumors. I haven't talked to you guys in a while. What's going on, man? How you doing, Queen? How you been? I haven't talked to you in a couple weeks.
I know you've had all of that excitement going on, getting your masters and embarking on some new stuff, and yeah, it's exciting times.
Yeah, definitely be working on some new stuff. Got to see the family, went down to Florida, got my master's, graduated, walked across the stage. Thank you guys for all the support and all the well wishes. And you guys that checked out the video, man, that was pretty cool. It was a crazy and humbling experience, man. It was something I definitely enjoyed. What up, though, out there in the chat, man? Big Dookie 313. Okay, that's a good name. Michael Huck, Mr. Reliable, what's going on? Big Dan Spanos is in the building. The Jazzy One, Paul Rose. Good morning. Just great to see you guys, man. I haven't really talked to you guys in a minute. And so let's kick the show off with some great news, some positive news. In addition to working over at SideLion Report, I will be the main contributor for Yardbarker. I will be their Detroit Lions content writer over there at yardbarker.com. So it's an up-and-coming website. So I will be working at SideLion Report, putting out articles over there and at Yardbarker. So just got that position the other day, man, and look forward to bringing you guys some content. One thing I wanted to address that happened the other day, and I want to make sure that we get this straight. Yes, will no longer be the primary host. I'm still part of the Detroit Lions on the Prowl family. Yes, you can go and view my content on my channel. However, we are not going to leave Detroit Lions on the Prowl just to go watch my content or Coach Mike's content. Remain part of the Proud Nation. I saw that happen in the chat the other day. I was like, oh, that's not cool. Make sure you continue to support the program and this platform. You can contribute and support our platforms and our programs, but you don't leave the Proud Nation family. I'm not leaving the Proud Nation family. I'm just going out and doing some stuff, man. But I will be here on Friday. I will be here hanging out with you guys, man, periodically. So don't think I am severing ties. I'm just absolutely just walking away from Detroit Lions of the Proud. I am not. I'm just going to do some different things. So I don't want that narrative to be out there. I don't want that narrative to be out there where you just leaving here to go, follow me somewhere, man. Continue to support the channel, man, because I will, because this has been my home, and I'm, so you gotta lead it. You gotta lead the home sometime to get spread out and do some things like kids and everything like that. You gotta grow in things, but to have the narrative to what's the name of their channel so you can switch over there. Come on, don't do that. Continue to support Val, continue to support the show, and continue to support Jim. So
yep. But, we from day one, since DSA days to now, even with DSA, we're still family. No matter where we go, we're still family. Your family can go all across the nation, but there's still your cousins, your aunties, your uncles, your mama, your daddy. So
yeah, definitely. Now I have to do something that I have been this disdain of my existence for the last couple of months, but I finally got it in. So I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta pay my debt. Debt.
Right in time for Luke G to be popping in.
And here comes Luke
Okay,
G.
Wait a minute, Dan Spanos. You better screenshot this right now for me. Please screenshot this for me right now. I need this for posterity. Dan, screenshot it for me, baby.
Yep. I gotta pay my debt. I don't know how long I'm gonna have it on my head because my head itching already right now.
Man, I feel like Curt head finna fall the hell off.
Yeah, I'm telling
Curt,
you.
It don't even fit your head right, Curt. You should have took this damn deal.
It don't. And you know what? Because it's not supposed to. But let's get into the line content.
Well, Luke, wait a minute. Luke, you know all about taking the deals now. And you want to revenge.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you one thing. You got to be the most luckiest person I have ever met in the life of all luck.
It ain't luck, baby. It's skill. Remember, who am I? The queen of the draft, and you are just my lonely throne.
But welcome in, Luke G of Luke G's Field Review. What's going on, my man Luke? I haven't talked to you in a minute. What's going on, my brother?
Oh, not much, man. I'm out here in these streets, getting this work in. And I was like, you know what? I got a minute. Let me hop on and talk some football.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's kind of get into some of the questions, man, for the day. Because, we got to talk Detroit Lions football, man. You got to look at the question, man. What rookie are you looking forward to watching this season on the Detroit Lions? And Val, I'll hit you up first on this one. What Lion rookie are you looking forward to? I think I know, but, let's go ahead and hear what you got to say.
Well, I'm going to say Brian Branch, of course, because because for one, Walker needs a walker, and he needs to walk on over to the nursing home. I'm excited for Brian Branch to step up and take over his spot, baby. I guarantee it's going to happen. That man has showed he is everything about Detroit Lions, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
Okay. What you got, Luke G? Who's your Lions rookie that you're looking forward to watching this season?
See, the key word you said was this season. Had you not threw that in there, who my guy would have been Hendon Hooker. But you know what? Since we got to talk about this season, it's the guy that's going to replace the guy that I think we should have kept, which is Gibbs. It's the running game. I'm so sold on him having to do his job that, I'm expecting big things from him. I'm expecting to see him, take it to the house. I'm expecting to see him make the catches and, make the blocks and stuff. I want to see it all. So for me, hands down, it's got to be Gibbs. This is the one that everybody is talking about. Oh, it's a reach. And he's the one that basically told every Lion fan what I've always been telling them, F this whole positional value thing. It's not a thing. You got to get the best player available that's going to perform. If they perform, who cares when you got them? They're studs. Nobody gives a crap.
And positional value is a chart that's made by somebody sitting around and behind a freaking desk that probably probably ain't looking at football. He's looking at analytics and stuff like that. So a football person didn't come up with the positional value crap. That's
a budget thing. Positional value is a GM budget thing. It's all that is.
That's all that is. But
even in most cases, though, when you look at a lot of these drafts, you start to see certain trends where it's like, has you not been trying to quote unquote get a player for the cheap, you would have took a better player.
Yep.
We ended up with Barry Sanders because the Packers thought they got the next superstar of a tackle, and he ended up being a bust. So thank God for that type of stuff.
Yeah, definitely. All right. For me, to be honest with you, it's the guy that everybody's saying the Lions shouldn't have drafted. And I keep hearing some big things coming out of Allen Park about this dude. I'm looking at Sam Laporta. I'm looking at this kid. They say that dude's setting the world on fire out there in camp. I want to see what he's going to do against the big boys starting next week. You're going to start looking at, they're going to start doing one-on-one drills and OTAs. How is he going to match up against the linebacker? Some of the safeties, you're looking at Kirby Joseph or Tracy Walker. How is he going to match up against those guys? Because we know he already cooking Jack Campbell, because Jack Campbell ain't good in man coverage. No way. We already know that. We know we put him in his what do you call that? His position to win, and coverage is playing zone. So we want to make sure we get that narrative right. Yes, but Porter gonna cook, especially because they played against each other all the time in practice in Iowa. So he knows how to cook Jack Campbell in coverage. But I want to see him playing against the big fellas, the veterans. How is he going to do it against Cam Sutton? How is he going to go against CJ Gardner-Johnson? He's a big dude. He can move. I want to see how he's going to do at the pro level, how he matches up against some of our veteran players. So that's the guy I'm looking forward to. He got there and do his thing, man, because I'm looking at the little tape. He got some great hands. He can move well for a guy his size. I want to see what he's going to do against the pros out there on the field. But
can we say something though? But matching up Campbell though with Laporta is a very excellent GM and coach move, because we know Campbell's weak in that coverage. So to match him up against that guy to strengthen his skills, hey, within a year or two being matched up against Laporta, who was going to beat Campbell then in that coverage, because he's already been working with one of the top guys that can be matched up. with that.
Yeah, I mean, you got it. What you got, Luke? You got to.
No, I just wish we stopped blowing up rookie training camp. It's walkthroughs, people. It's literally walkthroughs. They're given the playbook. They're getting fitted for their equipment. They're told how to be a professional. They're going through onboarding and all the other stuff. It's rookie training camp. I don't care what no reports say in rookie training camp. They can tell me right now that Hendon Hooker just threw a 100-yard pass from one end zone to the next. I don't give a flying nickel. Ain't nobody coming after you. Who's trying to hit you?
But that's why I'm looking forward to working at the OTAs, and I want to see if it translates. That's what I'm talking about, Luke.
Okay. Like, I'm picking up your point because I just don't want us. I just don't want us to hype up rookie train. Like, I'm not being funny, but just Google all of the 31 other teams. And you're not gonna see no bad news about their rookie training camp. Everybody's reporting good things.
Why would you put out a negative? Well, one thing I did. The negative thing you heard is that Laporta did a couple of things to Jack Cameron, not just in the passing game, but in the special team. So that's what you did here. I was like, okay, but it ain't full go. It ain't full pads. It's just walkthroughs and drills. And you're out there having fun, learning how to be a pro. I get what you're saying, man. It's not a great deal. It's not a big deal, man. It's just, but you just want to kind of like have some fun with the narratives, you know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm looking at. But I want to see if Laporta is going to translate to what he's doing there is going to translate against the guys that have been doing it for a while. That's all I'm saying. Thank you guys for joining us right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. Make sure you go over to Lions Nation Unite. Check out what they got going on over there, man. Y'all see I'm rocking that Boss Up shirt right here, man. My gear's over there in the LNU shop. So make sure you go check it out. I'm sure this year we're going to have some Detroit Lions on the Prowl gear over there shortly, man. If you want to get yourself, that Curt Steele cap, man, it's over there.
Hey, Curt, put the cap on there. Just put it on there real quick. Just really quick. We just need to see how the cap look. Yeah, put it. That is so beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yes.
I don't know. I like that C on Curt. C stands for Curt.
Yeah, man.
Curt, there's a pimple on your head, man. It's real big, bro. You might want to pop that one.
It is, man. But I gotta do what I gotta do, man.
C stands for Curt, man. C stands for Curt.
Man, I got a toilet seat on my head.
I know, man. But you let them put that seat up there for chump, man. You can't have that on your head.
Man, but make sure you go and check out Fanatics.com. That link's in the description below, man. They got sales going on all the time, man. And the more gear you buy over there, you sign up for Fast Cash, the Fan Cash, the more gear you can get for the low or for free. Discounts all the time. So make sure you sign up for the Fan Cash and go to Fanatics.com. Links in the description below. And a portion of the proceeds from that link go to help Val and us grow the content right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Val, what they talk about in the chat today? We haven't talked in the chat.
Yeah, I know. And just wait, Luke, until you get your revenge bet and have to wear a Fields jersey. But anyway,
that'll never happen.
Dan Spano says, if Curt and Luke have taught me one thing, it's not to bet with Val. See, I tried to tell you.
Luckiest. She got a rabbit foot, a 4-leaf clover. The leprechaun himself is in her damn pocket. She is over here cheating with luck.
I am not cheating. Steve Shattuck, welcome to Prowl Nation family. Walker will be fine. Yes, he's fine, but he's mediocre. That's all I got to say about that. Paul Drow says, send Walker to Skinwalker Ranch. Let's see. Sam Laporta. Michael Huck says Sam Laporta has the tight end university pedigree.
Yep, Iowa. That's that tight end U.
And Mr. Jazzy One says that Laporta will be what Hawkinson should have been.
Okay.
They're the same player. They literally the same player. One is taller, one is faster by a few. That's it. They're the same players.
We'll see. I mean,
and Mike has a question for Luke. If Curt's wearing the C, can we get Luke to wear a black M?
Or the block M. Yeah, the block M for me.
You know what? I tell you what, you find me something that you wanted to put a bet on, and we can see what happened. But I can assure you that my confidence was high. The only reason that man didn't get drafted is because they followed their draft board and they said, you know what, we can just wait it out. Ain't nobody gonna get at this point gonna take another quarterback. And they did it. But
yeah.
You know,
you don't want to do it, Luke. This is making my eczema and my scalp act up, man.
Oh, dang.
You don't want to do this shit. You don't want to do
I'm
this.
sorry.
You don't want to do this, man. But let's look at
That's what you get. I tried to warn you. I tried to warn you.
Let's look at some. Okay, now what positions do you think the Lions still need to address before the start of the season? Because the team's not complete, of course. And you're going to have some free agents that's out there after the cut downs. But what positions do you think they need to address prior to the start of the season? What you got, Val?
Well, I think Anzalone should have been replaced like years ago. But I still think that the defensive line still needs some upgrade. But other than that, I'm pretty well happy with what they've done with the secondary. The offense was number 4 in the league. I don't think they need any upgrades with that. So, yeah, I mean, they're pretty much almost complete. The defensive line's still a little weak for me, but other than that, yeah.
What you got, Luke?
How many can I have?
I'll give you get 2. There you go.
All right. Everybody know that they need interior D-line, but I'm going to go 2 positions that we just not talking enough about, and that's guard. Please, I know Big V coming back, but why? Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but why? And I'm not buying into the hype that this other guy. I'm always botching his damn name. The guy that turned from tackle to guard for. I just want a guard. Him. I'm not gonna play the name, but we need a guard. And the other position that they need to address, because nobody wants to believe it. We did, Luke. Well, we didn't. You need to address the cornerback. I'm sorry. Who's your 1 and your 2? If you're gonna tell me your 1 is Sutton, who's your 2? Oh, it's Mosley. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll pass. I'm sorry. I'm not buying the hype on that. I'm not buying the hype on Mosley.
Yeah, I can.
So cornerback and guard.
Yeah.
But if you gave me more, I was gonna run the damn table with it, Curt. So good job.
Two. I got to cut you out now. See, for me, and that was the position I was thinking about. I was thinking about who is going to be your fast corner to match up with the fastest receiver. That's something I don't see that what we have on the roster unless you're talking about moving Melon Fawu back to corner. You know, he's probably one of the fastest guys we have in the secondary. I didn't like that move to begin with, moving him to safety.
If he needs to go back,
I think he needs to go back to corner. I think he will, under the tutelage of Bly, he will be his best asset will be back at the cornerback position. But we got somebody coming in, man. It is Mike Kimber. What's going on, brother? What up, dude?
Why are you wearing a Chicago Bears hat? What in the heck is going on here?
I'm paying my debt, man. I'm paying my debt. I had a debt to pay.
He lost a bet.
What was the bet?
I mean, it's a terrible debt, Mike. To be honest with you, it's a debt that I know he got to pay it, but he might have should have did a side bet on the other end of to try to get rid of this one.
I agree with you. I think
I gotta pay the bet, man.
You have destroyed my life with that hat.
Yeah, I'm destroying my own life with this. But I'll ask you the question, Mike. You coming in? What positions do you think the Lions still need to address before the start of the season? I give you 2. I took 1. I said outside corner, and Luke took corner and guard, and Val took
the defensive line, the D line, and D-line. Yeah. And I would agree with Luke on cornerback.
The missionary position.
Here he goes. It's always got to be one guy. It's always got to be that one.
You sure it ain't doggy? It's sure saying doggy style, but anyway.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with interior defensive tackle, more of the pass rushing defensive tackle, not the run stuffer. I'd like to get like Luke G. We've talked about this many times. Wouldn't you like to see Ndamukong Suh come back to Detroit?
I wish he never left, but he's not gonna do it, man. He's not gonna do it.
But that's what I would be looking at, to getting a guy of he doesn't have to be the guy, just a rotational player for that defensive line. Get this rotation to be absolutely stout throughout the NFL season. I think that's always important. I love what we got with Broderick Martin, but I still want a guy to kind of put pressure in the middle.
Yeah, and the sneaky thing about Martin is that has deceptive pass rushing skills. He that was one of his things that he did well that people just didn't really look at with him in his college career, but he had decent pressure numbers. It's not Aaron Donald, of course, like that. Yeah. There's only one Aaron Donald, but he had decent, what I'm saying? I won't say it's great. I would say it's decent pass rush. And the thing is, when you come to the pros, they only can double team one or two players. So whoever's getting a double team, the other defensive tackle, whoever that is, may be depending on the package. If it's Josh Pascal, if it's Aleem McNeil, they're going to have some leeway to get to the quarterback coming in with that.
It won't be Martin.
Guy. So
that was a terrible pick. It was a terrible pick, man. That Martin pick was as bad as the tight end pick that everybody told me I was wrong about. Oh, you say he's a great terrible pick.
Okay.
Took a tight end.
Okay, Luke, we're going to keep it moving, man. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, man. I get what you're saying, man. I think that here's the deal, and we've said this prior to this, and I even wrote an article about it. Brad Holmes is going to pick the guys that his coaching staff and his scouting department, and whatever his draft board is. He doesn't care what we think. He doesn't care about our mock drafts. He doesn't care about who we think the Lions should pick. He's going to pick the guys he wants to pick for the team, and we got to roll with it. I mean,
well, I know he's going to do that, but that still don't mean we can't say that. Oh, this is not a good pick.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just saying my thing is at one point, you got to roll with it. Don't harp on it. Just roll with it. I mean, because it ain't gonna change anytime soon.
That's true. That's true. I'm just saying, but the thing that we traded up for a D tackle, that D tackle is what I'm looking at. You look at all the things that occur for us to get that D tackle, and I'm almost sure he won't even be number 2 on the depth chart.
At this point, I'm trusting Mahomes because he's finding those gems in the draft, especially in those middle rounds. So at this point, I'm like, okay, do what you do.
I hope. Look. I know I'm with Luke on the tight end pick. I was like this when it happened. Man, look. But I want this guy to succeed, and I'm happy he did well. Like, this is the one player I want to be that do great because you're spending a high pick on a tight end. So I'm really hoping he goes out there and blows up.
Yeah,
100%.
And that's the guy that I picked. That's the and I asked this before, and I'll get back to you, Mike. That was the guy I said when I was a rookie. I'm looking forward to watching this season because I want him to succeed. And then what is that the rookie you want to look? Because you didn't get a chance to answer this question. It was the first question. What rookie are you looking forward to watching this season for the Detroit Lions?
Look, I'm going to be watching him like a hawk, and it's because you spend that high of a draft pick on a tight end. He's got to produce. He has to go out there and produce. So I'm watching him, and I hope he does. Man, I hope this guy comes out and is outstanding because, again, the 34th pick in the draft is not chump change. So that's who I'm watching, and I'm not going to be an a-hole and just constantly down this guy. He needs to produce. He's got I'm not going to wait 3 years for production.
But wait, doesn't JMO have to produce? Doesn't JMO have to produce?
Well, he's suspended. Not get to
well, I mean, come on now. He was a high. Yeah, he was a high draft pick too.
He's got to produce, but we didn't tight end was the one position. We didn't run we didn't need wide receiver either when we had no defense whatsoever. Wide receiver is a higher position to me than tight end. My butt crack is a higher position than the tight end.
See, I didn't have a problem with Laporta, though. I didn't have a problem with Laporta. I had a problem with the tight end we took last year in the 5th round when it was linebackers still available. That was my problem. When we took, what's his name, Mitchell out of Virginia Tech?
James Mitchell, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, we took a tight end and there was still linebackers available. Like, okay. So, but then to show you how much they care about that tight end, they come right back and then draft one at 34. So it's like, why did you take that other tight end? Like, he couldn't even outdo Brockers and the other guy whose name I always botch with the Z.
Right, and James Schilstra.
Yeah, him. He couldn't even take them off the starting lineup. So I'm just like, come on.
Well, every draft pick every guy you pick in a draft isn't going to be a home run. I mean, come on.
No,
man.
I agree.
And you got more
tight ends has just been a problem for us. Man.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
what the hell?
It's
just that one. It's like before we had Calvin, it was the wide receivers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn it! Now it's been the tight ends. It's like at some point we got to get this right.
Yeah, it's got to happen, and sometimes you're going to do it till you get it right. I mean,
hey. We could draft a tight end in all rounds. One of these guys is going to work out.
Somebody got to do something. Hey, guys. Thank you guys for checking us out right here, Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Like the video, share the video, comment on the video. And, make sure you go over to Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Check out what's going on over there. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a revamp coming to that pretty soon. And the show is going to be moving to the evenings starting in June. We'll be starting at 7 p.m. Starting the first week of June. So,
we're making it an all interactive community. So Lions fans get to be on the show.
Yeah.
So we'll be invited on.
Definitely.
Damn.
So and make sure you check out my man, check out me over there at SideLion Report, man, and Yard Barker. We starting that stuff real soon, man. Make sure you check out Mike over there at LNU, man. He's doing his stuff over there at Chat Sports still as well. And Luke G on Luke G's Field Review over there on YouTube as well, man. And all our DSA members, you know what I'm saying? But it's let's get into the chat again, Val. What are they talking about in there?
Well, Robert 360 has an interesting one. How is Levi Onwuzurike doing?
Man, last time I saw that dude, I believe he had ordered some Chick-fil-A and got in the drive-thru.
Levi broke Zurike. He was at the voluntary camps, but he didn't do anything. Folks, I wouldn't expect anything from this guy.
Yeah, he's still. I mean, to be honest with you, I've had a similar surgery that he's had. I don't see how he ever plays effectively in the NFL again. Spinal fusion is something that's going to. Yeah, I had spinal. I just don't see it, especially with the position he plays. I just don't see it. Yeah, I don't see that him having a long future in the NFL. I just don't.
And Jazzy one says you got to worry about Ragnar. His toe or foot cannot be operated on per report.
Yeah, no, Ragnar's good. He's just gonna do it. I mean,
cut it off.
At this point, he's like, yep, just kind of lap that thing off and keep moving.
Should cut it off. You amputate that mug.
Yeah, at this point, he's not even worried about it anymore. At this point, he's like, it is what it is. So, he's gonna keep playing. But yeah, I feel what you're saying. But he's not worried about it, so I ain't worried about it. As long as he can keep playing like he did last year, playing at a Pro Bowl level, I'm not worried about Frank the Tank. That's my guy. He good.
Michael Huck says Holmes' job is not based on who we want him to draft. It's his ass on the line, not ours.
That absolutely correct.
That's correct. But what's good about us is we can either agree or disagree and have fun doing so.
Yeah, definitely. We have fun chopping it up and talking trash and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you are correct. Michael Huck is his job on the line. And if you look at what he said post draft, he told you straight up. He was like, man, this person was Mike here. We don't care. Oh, he don't give a damn about that. Like he doesn't.
Brent DeWitt says Laporta's pick shocked me. It shocked everybody. But after watching video of him, I hope he can translate that YAC in the NFL.
The yak, they yard out the catch. He's very good with yak in college. I will agree with that. I hope it does.
Yeah.
And I think that for me, any player that we pick, whatever position we picked or we sign in free agency or we undrafted free agents, I hope all of them play well. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And this kind of like this halfway point, I wanted to get you guys thought on this because I wasn't available last week for the schedule release. I think the Lions have a favorable schedule. If you look at the Lions schedule, there's not a game that's out in the hot weather, except for probably Kansas City, that first game, but it's at a night game. But the teams we play, hot weather teams we're playing later in the season. Outdoors, the teams that are playing outdoors that play in cold weather, except for Chicago, we're all playing those guys earlier in the season. So you're looking at this. You don't have more than 2 road games back to back or 2 home games back to back. So I think the Lions have a favorable schedule. Can they take advantage of that? What do you guys think about the Lions? I think the Lions schedule favors them. Finally, I mean, it's a favorable schedule where they can actually look at it and like, this is actually favors what the Detroit Lions and how they're currently constructed. So what do you guys think about the Lions schedule? Is it favorable? Do you think that? Do you agree with me?
I like the bye week at week 9. I think that's the perfect time to have a bye week. We're literally in the middle of the season. That was a big plus. I love the fact that we're playing Kansas City on Thursday Night Football to start the year. So that means we got time to prepare for that game. And yeah, I do like that. But again, when it comes to schedule, like it looks favorable right now, but you never know. Some teams that may suck last year may play a lot better and vice versa. So, but I'm fine with the schedule. I like that we got some primetime games. That's important. It's not all 1 p.m. like last year. And I like the fact that we have our bye week and we face Green Bay week 4, not week 18. And we face the Minnesota Vikings week 18 at home. I love that. Was my favorite one. You're at home on the final game of the year. The playoffs could be on the line. The NFC North could be on the line. And you got the home crowd with you.
Yeah, you got 3 playoff implication games at the end of the season. Minnesota, Dallas thrown in there, and then Minnesota again. So I'm liking that. And we're only facing 5 teams that includes Minnesota twice that made the postseason last year. So I'm liking the schedule.
Okay.
Here comes Luke.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bullshit is coming. Go ahead.
It's coming. It's definitely coming. I don't think their schedule is favorable. However, I think that they can get 11 wins out of it. The problem that I have with the schedule is the games that people are thinking that they're going to win. I don't think people realize what they've done. Like I said, a lot of people just go ahead and say, "Oh, the Denver Broncos, that's a win." Nope. They got Sean Payton. They added a real coach. It's not Hackett no more. It's a real coach, and he will get the most out of his players. The Panthers game. Everybody should be terrified of that damn game. They went and got a real coach. And then on top of that, they got a mobile quarterback. And I don't know if we did enough to stop mobile quarterbacks. And then you start to go and look at, like you said, no games back to back, the travel time and stuff like that. I don't think it's favorable. I think this schedule is way more difficult this year than it was last year. Last year was a very favorable schedule. We should have won the division last year. But given the fact that Minnesota's trying to trade Devin Cook, they just traded Zadarius Smith. Daniels won out of there as well, and so they're going through a whole lot of problems over there. That should be a win, and you figure Green Bay without no Aaron Rodgers, yeah, that's cool. But if Jordan Love get to running, the Bears team is the team that scares me. I can't believe I'm saying it, but that's the team that you need to look at in the division as a serious threat because they gave up 300 yards just to the quarterback running, just to the quarterback. So I don't know for me if I would say it's favorable. I think that they should still come out with 11 wins based on how the schedule looks. But they're going to have to get a lot of those wins early on because down that second half, it get real. It get real. And I don't think that people are looking at it like that, but that's the reality. There's some challenges going down that stretch, and we got to make sure that we handle our business when we get to that point.
Okay. All right. Let's see what they're saying in the chat, Val.
Oh, I haven't said my opinion yet.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Val.
Okay.
Go ahead, Val.
Now I don't know if it's more favorable, but it's probably easier than it's been over the past couple of years. But you got to put into consideration the Lions have had an easier schedule than this in the past, and they're what? It's supposed to be what, the 9th easiest schedule in the league right now this year. So they've had better years. So I don't know if I'm going to say more favorable, but
okay, go ahead.
But
my favorite, but I think
but there are some things in here that are more interesting this year instead of just the 1 p.m. games. They have more opportunities this year to prove themselves on primetime TV. They don't have to face Green Bay at the end of the year, unlike the Bears who have to face them at the beginning and the end. And never mind that. And so You know, and they've got some other things in there that they don't have to go overseas. Okay, there's things that are in their favor, but I don't know if it's a more favorable schedule.
I'm looking at it with the and you gotta have some teams outside of those 5 playoff teams that they're facing that made the playoffs. I'm just looking at as far as time of the year that some games are happening. As far as you're playing Green Bay in Lambeau earlier in the year, you're playing them week 4. You're looking at Chicago's that one team they're only playing outside in the cold. Most of those games in the back stretch of the season are either indoors or in warmer climates. So I'm looking at that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah,
you're looking at that.
Yeah, you're not having to face so much in the cold. Yeah. No, that's a more favorable.
Now you do have 4 of the last 6 games are on the road. So that's one of the things that I'm not saying it's going to be a cakewalk schedule. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying when I'm talking about a favor, I'm talking about maybe some conditions where we have being outside.
Yeah, but there are some conditions that are more favorable, but then there are some conditions that aren't more favorable. Yeah. So it's hard to say that this is a more favorable season just overall in general.
I think some things lined up.
Yeah,
but I like the fact that you got 5 national televised games, you got 4 prime time, and we have the opportunity to make it 6 or even 7. You look at the Denver game; it hasn't hit the schedule yet as far as when it's going to be televised, and neither is the season finale versus the Minnesota Vikings in Ford Field. That place is going to be rocking, man. It's going to be.
Curt, do you think the schedule is easier this year than it was last year?
No. I'm not saying that at all. No, I'm not. I'm not saying that. I'm just looking at I'm just looking at the, like I was saying, like weather-wise, teams we're playing, when we're playing them. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not. When I say favorable, that doesn't mean easier. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that the team, especially some of the teams we're playing. You look at that stretch in the middle of the season where we're playing a whole bunch of AFC teams.
But even so, I can sit there and say that it's more favorable in the conditions from years prior than it is this year. Right. So even with that. So I'm gonna be neutral on that and say, yeah, I don't know.
Okay. I mean, I was just looking at that. I mean, like, because there's things that I like about the schedule, and the things I'm like, okay, this could be especially those last 6 weeks of the season. I'm like, that's a tough stretch playing 4 out of the 6 games at the end of the season on the road. So that's a tough stretch in itself. So
you could have Nathan Peterman on your team.
You better take the most advantage out of that bye you can possibly get.
Definitely.
Because having a hard schedule at the end, I would rather have it at the beginning than at the end. But okay, so Robert 360 says it's a fair schedule. Gotta play somebody.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite usernames here on YouTube.
Man Bear Pig.
Hiya, here we go. Brent DeWitt says schedule is the most favorable I've seen in a while. Also like the bye. We sweep the Packers and Vikings and split with the Bears. And Tornado blowed in and said the Lions need to be a 2-digit win team. Anything less is not good.
Well, if we got 9 wins last year, we gotta at least get 10 this year, 10, 11 this year.
You gotta get 11 in my opinion.
You gotta get 11. Yeah, that's one thing. Yeah,
at minimum 10. I said 10 to 12. But
I mean, I was just looking at that. It was something I observed. I want to see you guys what I thought. You know what I'm saying? Get some guys, other people's opinion on that. But we'll see because I mean, whatever it is, you got to play the games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shit. I mean, you can think it's favorable all you want to until you play the games. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be one of those things where till you lace them up and put them out there on the field, it ain't. That's when you find out how favorable it is for real. All right.
Yeah, because you never know what they're going to do with injuries either, y'all. I mean, look what happened last year.
Definitely. All right, so looking at that, give me your thoughts on the Lions offseason thus far. What do you think? I'm not asking for a grade. Just your thoughts on how they've been doing this offseason. What you got, Mike?
Great offseason. Very happy with what they did there. They addressed the secondary. To me, that was a massive weakness. Getting CJ Gardner-Johnson after the start of free agent, the initial start was amazing. I love getting Emmanuel Mosley, getting Cam Sutton. They addressed the secondary. I love it. And I also like the fact that there's players that's just healing up. That's really good. So you're good. So Romeo Okwara is going to be good to go starting the season. you have an opportunity to Jerry Jacobs going to start. So a lot of healing there. And then you go to the NFL draft, you get a Jahmyr Gibbs, a guy who's going to just break defenses, in my opinion. Jack Campbell, my favorite guy. Love Jack Campbell. I think they did a great offseason. Yeah, is it perfect? No, because no offseason I think is perfect, but I think they did a lot here in good, upgrade the roster, and the Honolulu Blue and Kool-Aid, yeah, everybody's on it right now. So it's really good to see that.
Yeah, definitely. All right, what you got, Val? I'm gonna say Luke for last because I already know.
Well, in the offseason, Lions fans are always drinking the Kool-Aid until the season actually starts. So I'm not going to be concerned too much about that one. But as far as I think with the offseason, I like a lot of the things that Holmes has done. That secondary was absolute trash. They were the blind ballerinas of the backfield last year. And to see some major upgrades there. And, of course, linebackers' lives matter. I said that last year. We finally got that addressed. There's been, they've been hitting all of those issues that have been a major sticking point. We got to consider the fact that this is only, year 3 of a 6-year build. So for where they're at right now, I'm happy with what they're doing. They're upgrading the field. They're upgrading the training facilities. They're upgrading the nutrition for the guys so they don't get injured as much. So yeah, there's a lot of things that are behind the scenes that I like, that I'm proud of Sheila for actually addressing.
Okay, definitely. For me, yeah, I like a lot of the moves. I like the things that they addressed, and it's not just on the football side, like you said, Val, it's on the business side, making sure that the stadium's upgraded, field surfaces at Allen Park and at Ford Field were upgraded this offseason as well. Because some people are, they did the turf at Ford Field. They did it at Allen Park too. So you look at all the things that they are doing to make this team to become a success. I like the ownership of Sheila Hamp. She's doing her thing. I like what she's doing. Of course, everything is not going to be perfect, but I think they're headed in the right direction. So that's my thing. I like what's going on. And even with the JMO suspension, I think we're going to be all right till he gets back. You brought in a guy, a veteran with like Marvin Jones, and then you bring in the young rookie of Antoine Green coming from UNC. They're going to be okay at wide receiver. They were okay at wide receiver last year without him. So you look at they're playing guys with Tom Kennedy, and they're playing guys. The other Zylstra brother was playing in the game, and they were able to have some success with Jared Goff and Ben Johnson's offense. So I think we'll be all right with that's concerned. So I'm thinking that they always have a contingency plan of to do how to do things in Detroit. So I think that they're going to be okay. What you got, Luigi?
I'm indifferent on the offseason. I still have too many questions and too many concerns. Like, I don't know if we did enough to stop the mobile quarterback or to stop the run. I don't feel that we did. I know we added a linebacker, but I mean, shit, outside of me, Mike, and freaking Raw, who else was yelling for linebacker? We don't need him. Okay. I don't know if that one linebacker fixed that problem. Oh, sorry, Vail too. I take that back, Vail. But I'm saying I don't know if that one linebacker fixed that problem for me. And so I'm indifferent to the offseason in terms of that. I think he did much of what I've already seen as the pattern. He loads up on offense and defense gets scraps, in my opinion. But I'm hoping that it gels. I already know because I've already polled the people. They're ready. The pitchforks are already out. The flames are already up in the air. They're ready to riot on Aaron Glenn. He's the scapegoat right now. So if the defense is not able to stop the run, people are going to say, get rid of Aaron Glenn.
Okay.
And to me, I look at this offseason in its entirety and I go, yeah, I can like these things, but I don't think we really addressed the bigger issue. Are we going to be able to stop the run?
Okay.
That bothers me.
I've been saying get rid of Aaron Glenn for 2 years, but that's just me. And that what I found interesting though this year was that it was like a week or two ago. Was it the guy from Pride of Detroit, Michael Payton or whatever, was I made a quote about the Lions not addressing a wide receiver in the draft, and I'm like, why? Y'all have 11 of them. What do you need a wide receiver for right now? You need.
I mean, they drafted a wide receiver. It was late in the draft.
Yeah.
They took
outside of Antoine Green, they should have done more at that position.
So.
Why?
I don't understand that. I made a video on that today.
Yeah, I'm not getting that narrative. I'm not getting that narrative at all. Me either.
I'm not getting that narrative either.
Good with Tom Kennedy and Khalif Raymond. Like, I think people forget, like, Khalif Raymond's pretty good. He's actually really good. Amon-Ra St. Brown is good. You can't have 6 wide receivers that are number ones. Like,
it ain't gonna work. It is. It ain't gonna work.
People gonna get mad. Oh, I ain't getting the touch. Well, I ain't getting the touch. Well, shoot.
That doesn't work at all. That doesn't.
Yeah,
work
we're not collecting wide receivers like tight ends at what the Bears did. Okay, and we don't need 20 of them. Okay, so Michael. By the way. Michael Hook says my thoughts are they're way better now than they were when the season ended, so I'm good with it. Raw Podcast says they should be better. What up, Curt, Val, Mike, Luke, and Mike?
What up,
What up, Doe?
Michael Hook was asking me. I'm hearing Jack Campbell is being compared to Urlacher based on RAS. Your thought? Babe, I don't know if it's based. I don't know what Urlacher's RAS was, but
that's cap. That's cap. That's cap.
But I will. Yeah, I will. I'm 100% with Luke that Jack Campbell being compared to Urlacher is absolute cap because Urlacher could be linebacker, safety, and everything else in between, and then Jack Campbell is not anywhere near
him to a Brian Urlacher right now.
Campbell.
The only thing they got in common is they skin pigmentation. That's it. There's nothing else in common. No, it's cap.
You look at Campbell. Campbell's he's a linebacker. You look at Urlacher. They had to make him a linebacker. He was a safety, so it was kind of
he is a Hall of Famer, and the other one's a rookie.
Yeah, they're rookie. So that's kind of tempered out of this a little bit. I feel you what you're saying.
CJ Russ says the secondary went from the worst group to the best group on defense. So how did the defense end up with scraps?
That's easy. That's easy. You look at the team that beat us, they ran the ball down our throats. What do you mean? Like, we can talk about the passes that they gave up. Yeah, they gave up a lot of big passes because they had to come up to try to help with the run. And I'm sorry, but look, this whole entire idea that, we added better secondary. You added Sutton. You added CJ Gardner, who's going to be a slot corner / safety.
And the highest rated safety, Brian Branch. Yes.
Brian Branch, too. That was a great.
Oh, okay. Another slot corner / safety. Great. Branch is not starting. Like, he's not.
But that's a good
He's going to be a relief guy. He's not a starter. Branch is there so that when Chauncey Gardner leave or if he goes down, they got somebody that can still play that role.
Brian Branch.
And I'm not trying to be funny,
whoop his ass.
But none of those moves tell me we stopping the run. None of those moves tell me we are able to stop a mobile quarterback. That doesn't sound like, we stopping. No. Scraps this is what Scraps look like. Who's the guy that when you come into it right now, Val, you also are a fan of the Bears, correct?
Mm-hmm.
As a fan of the Bears, who do you think the Bears come into and look at on defense and say, we got to stop that guy? We can't let that guy get going. For the Lions.
Will Harris.
and there it is. There it is. See? That's all I'm saying. It's scraps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's scraps.
Aiden Hutchinson or James Houston.
Hutch. I would say Hutch. Probably
Romeo
Hutch.
Farr is going to be going. I think Charles. Yeah. You mean like you're going to have a better rotation defensive line this year?
Luke, if I would go if I'm going to say that what the Bears need to stop, I would look at probably Lee McNeil because he's very much he's French-like. And then which I'm talking about the Bears Refrigerator Perry from a long time ago. And then Hutch. Those two are probably the biggest threats.
Okay.
Nobody's coming in worried about. Nobody's coming in worried about those guys.
Because Hutch is going to knock the hell out of Fields.
Well, I mean, here's my thing. Here's my thing with Luke. You're not worried about him. That doesn't mean everybody else is not worried about him. Because there are people that's worried about Hutchinson because he got double teamed a lot last year.
He did. No, he did not. Okay, so listen. This idea that he got double team is a farce. Okay, let me just explain it. Right?
Because I watched it.
It's 100% a farce. It's a farce. It's 100% a farce. Okay. There are just some schemes where they do combination blocks, and that's not because they're trying to specifically stop him. When you're getting double teamed for real, they are delegating a person who no longer has an assignment to try to stop you. They're not doing that with him. They are just running their blocking scheme as they should to get up to the next level, which is a combination block. They're not out there actively trying to
double teaming. They were straight up. I watched it. Luke, you need new glasses, honey. I swear you need some. You need to go to that I Care one and go talk to that owl and go woo. American best.
Is no way that they're not double teaming that man. They're combination blocking, which is a part of what they do. You can see them do this at every team they go against, and they double team people like Aaron Donald. They double team him, right? They're not double teaming. No, okay, Jesus, okay.
Luke should wear a Campbell jersey if he gets 100 tackles. Take that bet, Luke. Take that bet.
Oh, I think he'll get 100 tackles.
He'll get 100 tackles. This dude's
he'll get 100 tackles.
Man. Yeah, like definitely. All right, let's kind of move on, man. All right, cool. All right, this is gonna be the quickest question. Yes or no? Here we go. Should the Lions trade for defensive tackle Quinn Williams?
Yes Hell no.
No, Queen. What you got, Luke?
Yes.
Okay. What you got, Mike?
I don't know the compensation, but if you're talking 2 first-round picks, no.
Okay. I think the proposed trade is a first and a third.
Yes.
So
no.
So
yeah.
See, that's why Brad Holmes don't care about your mock draft. No.
You would have a late first-round pick, and who cares about the third? You got a stud 24-year-old.
Right. If you tell me we win in the division, you telling me we going to the playoff, we getting a home playoff game, we winning the playoff game, they finna be picking like 29. Okay.
A lot of upside to Quinn Williams. He's only 25 years old.
Yeah, a lot of upside, but
guy had 12 sacks last year at the defensive tackle position.
Y'all acting like the Lions are in the position to only need one guy to put them over the top. They ain't there yet.
I think this would put the defense over the top to where the Lions would probably get 12, 13 wins. That defensive line. And then the secondary, getting the turnovers off the pressure. Oh, my God, yeah.
Okay.
Not to mention you just drafted a young linebacker who can use a guy with that kind of attention to run and fill gaps. It makes it so perfect that it's scary. Yes, I would 100% trade for him.
It reminds me of 2014 Lions defense if they did that.
Okay, yeah. I get what you're saying. Okay. Hey, I just wanted a quick one to see that's the thing that's the big name trade, and the Lions have been marked as one of the fits for him. I don't know if they pulled a trigger just because, especially with them signing the guys they signed in the offseason and drafting the young fella out of Western Kentucky. So we'll see. All right, one more question because we're looking at the time. Name a player that will surprisingly not make the Lions roster in 2023. Somebody who won't be here. What you got, Lee?
I got one, but I think people gonna think I'm crazy for it. But I've been paying attention to what they've been doing, and I'm like, Romeo Okwara.
Okay.
I feel like if that was a person they were gonna be like, yeah, we can live without. It's him.
Okay, Romeo Okwara. All right, Val.
I don't know who would be surprising because there's a lot of guys that just need to go. Oh hell! I'm gonna surprise. Who do I say surprise? Because like we all know Swift gone. Walker needed a Walker. I'll say Anzalone. Hell with it.
Anzalone. Okay.
That would be a shock from hell.
That would be a shock.
That would be the biggest freaking shock. And I'm telling you right now, I will riot. I would 100% riot. You gave a guy a 3-year deal with that kind of money, and now he don't make the squad.
Yeah, that'd be that's bad.
It's like
crazy
releasing
right
Jared Goff.
Yeah, that's. All right, what you got? What you got, Mike? Anybody?
Julian Okwara. I'll have him as the guy that doesn't make it. So another Okwara brother. He hasn't really done anything. Yeah, he hasn't done anything. You could also look like a Jasa Kabinda too, because you got Muhammad Ibrahim, and I think he could make the team.
Okay. See, those aren't surprising to me because I said anybody with the last name that started with the letter O needed to go. So,
and I know Steve was saying that Okwara took a huge pay cut, so but it's that pay cut that makes me go.
Well, the only thing, but he still has a considerable cap hit though. That's the only thing.
I thought the cap hit only came down to like 2 or 3 million or something like that.
I think even with the restructure, I think it's still considerable from where they won't move on from because
Levi O may not make the team too.
Yeah. You look at him and Big V. They took the pay cuts, but I think that they kind of shuffled that money around. I think they still are on the books for a big cap hit if they let those guys go this year. For me, Val's probably not gonna like this.
I was just thinking about it.
I agree with it. I already know. Yep, I agree.
If
he's not, I don't know if he's here. I don't know if Melifonwu was here this year. I'm not sure. You look at that revamp set with guys they brought in. I don't know where they have a spot for him this year.
And they already straight up disrespected my boy and took away his number. I have the personalized.
No, he changed his own number.
Yeah, he changed his number.
I don't care. I don't care. They done. Nope.
But okay, with all that being said, thank you guys for checking us out right here, Detroit Lions of the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. We're up on it, man. It's almost the end of the show, and thank you guys for participating in the chat. And make sure you go and follow the show over on Lions Nation Unite. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Like the video, share the channel with all your homies, man. Make sure you have a separate watch party on your different mobile devices to get these views up, man. Like the video and share it, man, and just be a part of the Prowl Nation family. Now, it's time for me to switch back because, goddamn it,
thank you. Thank you.
But I paid my debt. I paid my debt.
I enjoyed seeing that.
That's going right into the file 13. It's going straight into file 13. If you don't know what file 13 is, that's a file camera that sits on the floor. It has a bag in it. All right. Now it is time for
he said file 13.
Yeah, man. It's time for us to go ahead and share our final thoughts for today's show. Again, Queen, what you got for today? And tell them know what the changes that's coming to the channel.
Oh yeah. So once Curt moves on to his new opportunities in June, we are going to be introducing Prowl Nation Roar. We will no longer be doing lunchtime Detroit Lions talk during the mornings. We are moving to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you guys will be part of the show. We will be bringing the same news and rumors that we always have for Detroit Lions, but you will get to share your thoughts on the show live with us with a link that we're going to provide in the chat and in the description for the show. You can come on and share your thoughts because this show has always been about you. Now, remember, we are Prowl Nation family, and it's your time to roar. So, we're going to be supporting Curt on his new adventures. We're going to be supporting Coach Mike on his new adventures, but we're all still family. So stick with us.
Yeah.
Our aunties, uncles, and cousins and everybody else is going to be sharing what they think about the Lions this year. So we'll see you there.
All right. Well, man, Mike Kimmer, what you got, man? Your final thoughts for today's show.
If you feel grumblings in your stomach, make sure you're close to a toilet.
That's very good advice, Mike. Very good advice.
That's very good advice. Very good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always one guy. It's always that one guy. But for me, make sure you go and, like I said, check us out on Lions Nation Unite, man. We put content over there, man, all the time. Mike's over there. I got stuff going on over there. The show is over there. So make sure you check out Herman Moore and those guys over there at LNU. And make sure you support the show and us over there in the LNU shop gear. They got new gear over there. You got Dose of Dion got the new gear over there. You got Everything Kings gear over there, man. So, and then our girl Chrissy over there at LNU, she got her Black Sheep gear is out, man. So go ahead and check those guys out over at LNU, Lions Nation Unite. Number 84, Herman Moore is going to put it down for you over there at Lions Nation Unite. Make sure you check me out over at SideLion Report at Yard Barker, coming to you next week. I will have content over there at yardbarker.com. So thank you guys for the support and the love that you guys are showing us right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Like the video, share the video, and comment on the video, man. And we're going to read those things next week. Make sure you tune in on Monday. Going to have a fresh week of content, man. OTAs start Monday, so we'll have some fresh stuff coming to you next week on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. My man Lou G, go ahead and close this out with your inspirational thought. Brother Deacon, Dr. Reverend, Dr. Love, step to the pulpit, my brother.
Hey, listen, it's always a joy to come in and have fun, man, and just talk ball. Today's quote comes from me. It's time to upgrade your tank. I know this is going to sound a little strange, but did you know that there are certain species of animals that will only grow as big as the tank that you put them in, like snakes? And I had to take that moment to think to myself, well, why are we not growing to our most potential? Because there's a simple answer to it. Your tank is too damn small. I know everybody think the rate is too damn high, but your tank is too damn small. And at some point in time, you need to upgrade it, because you can't get bigger when you got things restricting you from growing. You can't become stronger or better at what you are when you have things that are stopping you from getting to that bigger height. You see, once you upgrade your tank, you start to open up the world that is your oasis. Then you start to realize that your most powerful potential comes out. You don't even got to try hard. It just unlocks itself. But as long as you remain in that small tank, as long as you remain in that little bitty tank with those same people who don't want you to go anywhere, that don't want you to be better, that don't want you to grow, you start to realize something, that you just doing a full-fledged rat race inside of a hamster wheel going nowhere fast. I need you to upgrade. I need you to get a bigger tank. The 10-gallon was cool when you got it, but it's time to move on to 100. And when 100 gets too small, move on to the next bigger size. But whatever you do, don't stop moving. Don't stop fighting. Don't stop trying to grow yourself. Don't stop trying to improve. And make sure that the tank that you create for yourself, that environment that you create for yourself, not only allows you to grow, but allows others to come in and accept that new growth in you. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. And as always, don't be no chump. Please do your research.
Thank you guys for joining us right here on Detroit Lions of the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Make sure you tune in next week, man. You know what you got to do for your boy Curt Steele. Whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For everyone on the panel, this is Curt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon. We love you, Jim.